And howdy do, buckaroos. I am now live. I am talking with a friend, uh, Red. Red, I am having a Chimay, and I mentioned earlier that I picked a bottle up for $5. Can you believe that? The 8% Chimay triple for $5.
I'm having a beer, I'm having. That's what I'm doing. I'm trying to mimic.
You're killing me.
Hello, Toll.
So you are across the pond as we do this.
Yes, hi, Tom. I'm over in Great Britain at the moment.
So what are you drinking? I assume you're drinking an English beer.
I am. I've got myself a Witchwood Hobgoblin, which is called a traditionally crafted legendary ruby beer. So it's 5.2% ABV. Let's see, coming in with chocolate and crystal malts, English Fuggles, Styrian Goldings. This is basically a nice English ale. Enjoying a nice pint of it.
So have you found that you like to frequent, or have you just trying many out there?
Well, fortunately, I'm located now in central London, so there's lots and lots and lots of good pubs to get to. Let me turn that off. Sorry.
What was that?
Oh, that's an alert for me if I've got something I have to look at. So.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe that was something from, I don't know if that was a London foghorn or something.
Oh no. Anyway, yeah, I've got a ton of pubs that I have available to me. And if I don't have one close to me, I can just get on the train.
Now, pardon for sounding a little ignorant because I've never been there, but I've had some friends from social media that are from there, and I've kind of talked about a little bit. But most of the beers in the pubs out there are more closer to session strength, right? You see a lot of beers between 4 to 5%.
That is correct. Yeah, many of the session ales are exactly that. They're 3.8, 3.5, 4.0. You won't see many or too many over 4.0.
Wow.
So that's really a part of the British pub culture. And
So that allows you to drink quite a few in a period of time.
oh yeah, I mean, you order them by the pint, and when you get a pint over here, it's an imperial measure, so it's 20 ounces.
Yeah, I like that. I like the imperial pint.
I do as well. I'm enjoying a pint right now. It's a bottle beer, but I've been drinking a lot of real ale, and most of my drinking now has been done on cask. I try to go for whatever's on cask at whatever pub I visit, and I've had a few other beers that have been, on tap or what they call over here under pressure. So, but for the most part, I've been trying to stick to real ale.
And trying stuff that you can't get back here.
Yeah, exactly. And there's a lot of good English breweries, Scottish breweries, a number of other breweries that we don't see around here that I've had the opportunity to try. So I've just scratched the surface, but I've got lots of time to explore, and I'll be making the most of my time here and definitely doing some serious pub crawls.
Yeah, it's nice that you have several pubs that you can get to. Yeah, that would be in hog heaven out there.
Oh, you'd love it, Tom. It's really the beer culture here is just fantastic. The pub culture is great. So the prices, unfortunately, are very, very high. I know the pound just took a beating, but it's still pretty expensive for beer. But we'll see how that goes.
So the beer you're drinking now was how much?
Well, I bought this at a market and I paid £1 60 pence. So
So
that's
in
a little
dollars,
over.
that would be how much?
Well, a dollar, it's like a dollar right now, $1.35 or $1.36 to £1 sterling. So we're just a little over $2. So that's definitely reasonable.
No, yeah, that's more than reasonable. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Well,
that
that's
was a
not too
bottled
bad.
beer and I bought it at a supermarket. Some parts of London you're going to pay, £4.50 for a pint. So that's about six change. Other places, £3, 63 something. So you're paying probably around 5 to 6, 6.50 a pint, depending on what style, what brewery, what pub you go to. Um, Cask beer is actually cheaper than the draft stuff. So
Really? Okay.
yeah, for me, I always go with the cask. So I like the cask stuff. So
So what's the reasoning behind that? Why would cask beer be cheaper from someone that doesn't know?
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't have the answer. I know when I go into a pub and I get the cask, it's usually only 4.50 or cheaper. And I'll give you an example. I got a Guinness the other day at a place that's close to me, and there was Guinness Extra Cold, and that was £5 something. So it was pretty steep for the pint of Guinness, and I switched back to cask. But I've been drinking Guinness too. I had a bottle of the Guinness Original that was in that Brewers pack. They have that in 22-ounce bottles or pint bottles over here. So I've been
Oh,
snapping that
nice.
up and
So
drinking that.
is there a difference? Is it better over there? Or?
No, it's the exact same thing, Tom. It's brewed in Dublin. So whatever you're drinking in the Brewers pack, like the Guinness Original, and I also saw the West Indies Porter in a market the other day. Same stuff. It's brewed at St. James's Gate in Dublin. So we're getting the exact same beer.
I thought those beers were damn impressive.
They were and they are. I haven't really ventured out too much to any of the bottle shops where I need to look for some of the local bottled beer from some of the local London craft brewers. And I need to also get my hands on some Nigerian Guinness, which I haven't seen yet, but I'll go search for it and find it. But the Guinness Original, which was in the Brewers pack, is available. And so is the West Indies Porter. I've seen those two. I'm imagining the Dublin Porter's around there somewhere as well. So once I see that one, I'll pick up those again. So it's nice to see that they're around and I can get them. So
Well, that's nice. I do. I have always wanted to get out that way. In fact, we were in the process of planning a trip to Ireland actually when our son Seamus was diagnosed with leukemia the first time. So, and I think at some point my wife and I will, but right now we're just not ready to do that yet.
right, well, you'll get over here, Tom. When you do, like I said, plan accordingly, and you'll have no shortage of good beer or good pubs. That's for certain. So
Yeah, I like a good pub, boy. I tell you, I do. Growing up in American bars, I had a specific upbringing, so I really have a soft spot for a good bar pub. There's just something about it when it's done right. It just makes you feel comfortable. It's almost like home.
I agree with you, and there's some really great ones here. Matter of fact, I visited the Beer Hunter, Michael Jackson's local, last week, which is the Andover Arms in Hammersmith. I went over to Hammersmith the other day and visited another legendary pub that was another one of Michael's locals, which is right on the Thames. It's called the Dove, and that's a very, very well-known, very legendary British pub. So that's a great place to go have a pint. So I went over to Fleet Street and visited a couple places there too, and went to a place you would appreciate this, Tom. It's called the Tipperary. It is London's original Irish pub. I think it started as an Irish pub in London sometime in the 1800s. I don't have the exact dates, but I want to say the 1830s. And of course, they serve Guinness, and it's a really good Irish pub, but also has some good cask ales and some good English beers on. But of course, you can get Guinness, and they had every Irish whiskey you can imagine behind the
Oh,
bar. So I was, in heaven there, but I had to take it easy. I wouldn't have, I wouldn't have been able to find my way home.
you got to do that on off.
Yeah. So anyway, I'll be revisiting that place because The tube station is Blackfriars, and when you get off the tube, there's another great old pub called the Blackfriar. It used to be on the site of a Dominican monastery. The building was built in the 1800s. It's a very interesting place. It's Art Deco. I think it was redesigned in 1901 or 1902. But the history in this bar is just amazing. The interior is amazing. So if you get a moment, go ahead and Google the Blackfriar and take a look at this pub, and you'll be impressed.
All right, I'll check it out. So, more about the beer you're drinking, style, ABV.
Well, this one's the bottled version, and it's 5.2. Now, the cask version is actually lower in strength. I think it's 4.0 or, yeah, right at 4.0. For whatever reason, the bottle's a little stronger. I wouldn't call it a mild because it's too strong to be a mild. A little too sweet to be a brown ale. They're calling it a ruby ale. Could be considered a ruby mild, which is can be a little stronger. It's a very nice beer. It's got a good balance of sweet malts, got some estery, fruity character to it, and has some nice flowery hop aroma and a little flowery hop bitterness. So it's an excellent beer. I like it. It's one of these pint after pint beers you could drink all day long.
So do you find?
And which wood is
Did you find it?
yeah,
You know, we've talked before. Typically, craft beer drinkers will drink something different every pint. Do you find yourself doing that over there? Or do you just find yourself drinking the same over and over again?
well, it's hard to drink over and over again unless you go to a specific bar that's got a lot of different beers on cask or on tap. Most pubs only have 3 or 4 beer engines, so your choices are a little bit limited in that respect. Unless you go to a specialty place where some of them have 100, beer engines. They've kind of caught up here in Britain when it comes to the craft beer movement. They've got craft beer specialty bars. There are brew pubs or craft breweries all over England now and all over London. So there's tons of them. And like I said earlier, I've just scratched the surface.
But really, what they specialize for the most part are just are nails. Is that right?
No, they're doing everything you can imagine. Every style under the sun. It just depends on what brewery and what beers they're putting on cask.
Nice.
So yeah, it's mostly, of course, traditional English ales, stouts, porters, milds, bitters, ESBs, but they're doing a lot of good things, and there's a lot of lagers too. So there's a lot going on here. You'd be very pleased if you were here, Tom.
Yeah, I do want to out there one of these days. I haven't had the opportunity yet, but I will get at some point. I'm an old man by the time I get there, but I'm going to get there.
Well, it's not a
To be honest, I'm of Irish ancestry, so if I ever get anywhere, I really want to get to Ireland.
Well, I've been to Ireland a few times, and it's a country well worth visiting. So if you can get to Ireland, yeah, get there, go there first, and not that far to get to Britain, so you can get to England too.
Both my wife's family and mine actually originate from Northern Ireland.
Oh, okay. You know what county in the north, or?
Oh gosh, no, I'd have to look it up again.
Well, Ulster is the province, and there's 6 counties in Ulster, so it's got to be one of the 6 if your family's from Northern Ireland. Okay.
But anyways, yeah, I know our families originate from there, so at some point we'll get out that way. Both my wife and I, we're not really, of course, I've never really lived out in the country. I'm not necessarily a big city guy anymore, so I don't really have the urge to necessarily do Dublin. We would really like to hit just a lot of the small towns, just kind of hit a lot of the small towns and the pubs and, kind of more along the countryside than actually be in this.
Well, then I would suggest that you go to the West Coast, go to Galway, go to Mayo, go to Southwest, go to Kerry and Cork. You'll love it there.
Yeah, at some point we'll start saving. We had some financial setbacks at the end of last year, and I started a new job here, so it's difficult to start over at 50, but it's been fun to do something different.
Yeah, well, you got to put bread on the table. You got to work. I mean, I don't know. It's just amazes me today how many people are out of work and don't work or don't want to work, and I don't know. But
Well,
yeah, I'm not over
jobs
here on a vacation. I'm
jobs
actually.
jobs are
What's
difficult to come by. Are difficult to come by, but you can find work if you actually want.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you really, really want it, even if it's something part time, it's out there. But you got to be willing to work. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm doing over here. I mean, as much as I would like to go and see, do all these different things, I'm not on a vacation. I'm working, and most of the time my days are about 10, 11 hour days. So it's no party for me. But when I get a few days off, I'll definitely get out and explore some more.
Yeah, that would be nice to just hit a few pubs. I would really love to do that. Yeah.
Well, I got a list of a whole bunch of places, Tom. So just come to me for a little info, and I'll be able to hook you up.
All right. Don't want to keep you late. I know you've got an early morning, so anything else you want to add about the beer you're drinking, or
No, I
or
mean,
or London for that instance, for that matter.
well, Witchwood is and Hobgoblin's pretty common in the United States. I mean, you can find that pretty much anywhere. You've had beers from Witchwood, right, Tom?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I've had that particular beer before. Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's not hard to find in the United States. I mean, the only reason I picked this one up was because it was at the market right down the road from me. So, I just wanted to have something for the apartment to have in the refrigerator. So, it's a decent beer. I mean, it's probably not the greatest beer I'd ever had, but it's definitely one worth drinking, and nice one to just sit and relax with, like I'm doing now. So, what are you drinking?
I'm having the Chimay. Let me show you the bottle
Oh,
here.
that's right. I'm sorry, Tom.
Yeah,
When we
this
started
this
off, you were
one.
telling
Yeah,
me
I picked this up for $5.
that's unbelievable for that beer. That's a tremendous price.
And I'm not even about a short date either. It was just, I guess they just got it on a big shipment, and sometimes this particular liquor store has a lot of lost leaders. They bring you in there for stuff like this. You buy other things. All I bought was stuff that was on sale, so they didn't make their money on me. But wow, $5 for a Chimay. They actually had there's a 3 set that they typically sell for 21. The small bottles with the glass. And I bought that too just so I could get the glass.
Yeah, it's
It
a
was
beautiful glass.
for 15. So I figure for 3 12-ounce bottles of Chimay in a glass for 15, I think that's a deal too.
That's a tremendous deal. Yeah, that's great.
And my point is that so many people talk about craft beer being too expensive, and there is some expensive craft beer out there, but you don't have to necessarily buy 30-pack beer if you can't afford $15 a six. There are other craft beer choices if you pay attention. You can buy good craft beer if you're looking around. I mean, I bought the Delirium Red today. It was 22 bucks a 4-pack. I bought it for $5 for the 4-pack. Again, it's not a short date either. So, and it's an 8% big Belgian beer. So I'm really not super concerned about it being out anyway, to be honest with you. But
Not at all.
my larger point is, for $5 a 4-pack of that beer, I mean, why would I buy a 30-pack beer?
Well, you're buying a 30 pack if you just want to pour alcohol down your throat. There's no other way to put it. Beer like that is made for one reason. It's to get drunk. I
Yeah,
mean, no one's drinking that for
exactly right.
flavor. If you want to just sit there and knock back beer after beer after beer, that's fine. But like you said, why would you want to drink swill if you know how to shop right and you look for bargains? You can drink craft beer or you can drink good imports. I mean, we've discussed this in the past. If you have an oldie anywhere near you, or a Trader Joe's, I
Mhm.
mean, their brands are major craft brewery brands that they put their house label on, and they're as good as any beer you're going to get. They carry a German pills called Würstingurner that's
Mhm.
one of the best pills for the price you'll ever taste. So there's no need
Yeah,
unless
yeah,
you
I've
just,
had that several times. It runs about $6 a 6 pack.
yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I guess that's the point. I don't understand why. I understand why some people are just 30. If you don't want anything to do with craft beer, if that's all you drink, that's how you grew up, that's all you want to drink. Okay, I'm not going to you. But I've craft beer drinkers that will buy these 12 and 24 and 30 packs as well. It's the end of the month, or maybe I just want something lighter. You can buy a Pilsner that that actually has sugar that is light and easy to drink for not much. So I'm not sure why you'd buy that cheap macro if you didn't.
No, just I'll use Würstingurner as an example again. For a few dollars more, you really could get a case of a quality German Pilsner. So why would
Yeah,
I buy it?
and it's not that much more is the well, actually I could buy uh, buds are at full price in most of my stores, or is 6.98. I can get that Würstingruner for 5.99. So I mean, why would I buy the bud when I can buy that?
Yeah, exactly. Unless you want, Keystone Light or some other crap, but I don't know.
So
Yeah, I
anyways,
don't.
I want to thank Red for joining me. I know he's got an early day, but well, I just see how this would work. In some ways, I got a clearer connection with you than I have. You've been on the East Coast. It's kind of odd. I was wondering what kind of we'd get if there was going to be some static, but I'm not feeling it on my end. I don't know if you are on your end.
Yeah, the funny part, Tom, is you're coming in a little choppy. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
see, you're coming in crystal clear on my end.
Oh wow. So we'll have to play this later and see how it
Yeah, we'll
went.
see
But
how
yeah,
it goes. All right, hey,
forgive me.
thanks, Fred, and we're
Oh,
gonna we're gonna end this session.
all right, forgive me, Tom, for being a little loopy. I'm tired. All right. Good night, Tom.
Good night, and.